Enter the stars. And this needs to go viral. All the videos here need to go viral, but this one in particular, I'm only going to be on here about 10 minutes, may or may not pop in the chat. The New World Order likes to do things in mirrors. Yes, mirrors. So in looking at the location of this event, I discovered that Marjory Stoneman Douglas, which is the name of the high school, backwards is DSM, which is the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders. And this has become the theme of this event. Mental disorders, classifying them. This is an extensive classification system of the different mental disorders that there are. And I know this from personal experience because I worked in the industry of selling pharmaceuticals and psychiatric drugs, antidepressants, as well as benzodiazepines. And there was a manual, the DSM manual, and we often spoke about it to the physicians. Now, this is simply unbelievable because this woman who this school was named after also had a mental health issue. I mean, is anybody left awake in America? Anyone? This is her. As a child, Douglas was very close with her mother. After her parents' separation, she witnessed her mother's emotional unraveling. It caused her to be institutionalized. And even long after her mother returned to live with her, she exhibited bizarre childlike behaviors. You can't make this stuff up, you guys. Following her mother's death, her relocation to Miami, and her displeasure in working as the assistant editor of the Miami Herald, in the 1920s, she suffered the first of 3 nervous breakdowns. Douglas suggested she had what she referred to as blank periods before and during her marriage, but they were brief. She connected these lapses to her mother's insanity. She eventually quit the newspaper, but after her father's death in 1941, she suffered a third and final breakdown. When her neighbors found her roaming the neighborhood one night screaming, she realized she had a father complex. This woman was the poster child of mental health, after which the high school where the event took place was named. Having been brought up without him all these years and then coming back and finding him so sympathetic had a powerful effect. And now you know the truth. I don't know how much more clear can get. No one else has discovered this yet because this was a gift of the Holy Spirit. Just popped into my head. And now we know the truth. This is how they will take your weapons. Now I'm uploading a video tomorrow, and it's all about the Baker Act and how you can be committed to the Baker Act by the Baker Act by simply saying that you want to harm yourself. That is how easily they could commit you. Let me share this on the blog post. I always promise to share this on the blog post so that everyone always gets a notification. If you come over to the blog, enter the 5T4Z and follow the blog, there will always be a notification of live shows. You'll never miss another live show. And there is another bombshell on the video that I'm going to upload tomorrow about the Baker Act 5150, and I'm going to save the thunder for that. Very few people know about this, that when you're Baker Acted, when you're 5150, something else happens that very few people know about, other than the fact that you lose your gun rights for 5 years. And this is why they're putting all these people on pharmaceutical medications. This is why. Because now they can go back into your medical record. This is why they converted everything to electronic medical records. They did it so the government could have electronic access to these medical records. This was all part of a bigger plan. And they can go in and automatically revoke your gun rights based on simply you being on some kind of antidepressant, you falling under the DSM, one of these levels of mental disorder. Here's all the designations and how they rolled out DSM 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. in the years that they rolled out. And they basically assign these different DSM levels to different mental conditions so that you can clearly be labeled however they want. As soon as you go on these medications in your chart, they will have a DSM specification of your exact quote unquote mental illness. You see how this works? This is what I've been trying to tell everybody. Don't get on these drugs. People think, oh, some people need them. Yeah. But if you think you need one of these and you're willing to give up all of your rights to weapons and everything else, then go get on the drug. But don't complain that nobody warned you. Guess what else? When you go to get disability, they actually do not incentivize you. You cannot as easily get approved for a physical disability, but yet all of these people are approved under mental disabilities, and you're forced to fill your prescriptions. One of my best friends that I knew for years had mental disability, applied for it and got it easily. And he had all these medications stacked up on his counter that he never even took. I go, why do you even go fill the prescription? He goes, because if I don't, they won't give me my prescription, or they won't let me continue to be, to get this benefit. I have to fill the prescription. And they, of course, charge him for it. So the money he got for being on disability, a third of it went back to medications and doctor visits. It's simply unbelievable. Anyway, I hope this video goes viral. I hope you guys get the word out. You guys are on the front lines. The only way this gets out is when you guys are activists and you go out on other channels and mention what you found and where you found it. And of course, other channels, large channels, will pick this up because this is bombshell information. They're going to pick this up, and some may or may not mention this channel and where they got it. But that's up to all of you guys. I'm going to leave it at that. It's Enter the Stars, and I'm out. Like, subscribe, share, or don't.